All right, I believe we are live in the Twin Flames Universe Open Forum. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first ever LGBTQ plus and Twin Flames discussion. We're all so happy that you are here. This will also be posted to the Church of Union YouTube so that anybody can come and watch it anytime. So I'm Brianna Manalo, and this is my twin flame, Gabe.
Hi.
And we are the 31st Harmonious Union of the Twin Flames Universe lineage. And we are so happy to be here with all of our LGBTQ friends and allies. And thank you so much for joining us today. So I just wanted to get started and just talk about a little bit about why we're doing this and what we hope to accomplish today. So basically, this discussion was really born out of a desire to really share ourselves and really share our opinions and how we've been moving through our own personal like LGBTQ story issues and how that has like translated into like success and progress in our harmonious union. It's not uncommon at all to have LGBTQ plus twin flames, LGBTQ plus same-sex unions. It's actually very common. And the more we talk about it and the more we open up about it, I think the better we're all going to feel.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we've got a lot of wonderful friends here today. I'm so happy to see all of my friends here today. I just want to say hi to Ray and Anastasia. Hi, guys. And Sage and Isaiah. And we have Kieran and Stephanie. We have Mark and Ajin, Denisa, and Charlie as well. So thank you all so much for joining us today. And yeah, let's get started. So let's get started with talking about, I think one of the biggest, we can just get started with like one of the biggest things that we've been moving through, and I think a lot of LGBTQ couples have been moving through, is self-acceptance. How do you, totally and completely self-accept and accept yourself in a world where there's a lot of judgment and there's a lot of fear around LGBTQ plus. So I'm just going to open the floor and just kick it off to anybody who wants to get started. I feel like the energy may be flowing through another person right now.
Yeah, I can speak to that. It's all an inner journey, your whole entire experience, no matter if you're LGBTQ or not. And so therefore, in accepting yourself, you will see a change in the world around you. It's also really important for you to put boundaries up when people are showing you that, it's no longer an appropriate relationship. This person obviously doesn't accept you for who you are, and it's just not appropriate anymore. So that's safe for you to do. And yeah, accepting yourself, like just remember like at the core that you're a divine being. And so it really doesn't matter who you are, like, or what you look like on the outside or anything. What matters is who you are on the inside. And that's actually what this community is all about. You are loved for who you are on the inside, and through claiming that, you find the most success and peace in this realm. So yeah, I would just say in general, accepting yourself is just saying like, where I'm at now is enough, and I love myself completely for who I am right now. And that doesn't matter if like you feel like you're not fully your new self that you think you need to be. I know as a lot of us who are transgender are moving towards transitioning into another gender, or if, whatever the case may be. However you feel, like some people are, overweight and they feel like they want to lose weight. It doesn't matter. Like you really just accept yourself where you are now. And through that acceptance, that's progress. That is you being your divine self through acceptance. So yeah, it's a really important piece to the LGBTQ community and to everyone within the Twin Flames community.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. Does anybody else have any ideas or any contributions here?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to add to that, like, kind of piggybacking off what you said, right? Like, it's not, it's not even about if you're like in a same-sex union or if you're an LGBTQ union, if you're divine masculine, divine feminine. Like this journey is really just a journey of finding yourself. So it doesn't matter like what you are, like polarity wise, like whatever you do, whatever feels good to you, like if you're doing it authentically, it'll naturally just be like what you are. That's it. Like it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing, right, Gabe? Like you pointed to something really important for us to all look at is we are always who we are. We are always a divine child of God, and we're always who we are, right? And that's why it's so important to accept yourself in this present moment. Because even though you look back at the past and you think, oh, maybe that's not who I was or who I am, but it is who you are. It is a part of you, right? And I know for me and through my journey, I accept myself completely for where I was in the past. You know, although I grew up in a female body, I didn't grow up as a divine feminine. I grew up as a divine masculine. If anyone were to tell you attributes about me that were about my inside, not my outside, my inside, my personality, the way that I was in relationships, all those kinds of things, if they were to give you that list, it would very much relate to the list of what a divine masculine is. And so it doesn't matter, again, it's just pointing again, it doesn't matter what's on the outside, it only matters what's on the inside. And so, yeah, like you are eternally your polarity. And so it doesn't matter. Again, like I just want to say it doesn't matter what it looks like on the outside. And I think a lot of people get really triggered and upset around that. But it's actually just, it's completely an inner journey. And you will see changes on the outside, obviously, when the inside is accepted and healed, and you're going deeper into that.
Yeah, I love what you said about like how you never grew up divine feminine, you were always divine masculine, and how it really doesn't matter at all what the outside looks like or what the label is. When you're loving yourself completely for who you are, regardless of the label, regardless of the body, regardless of the type, and you feel that love, you naturally just blossom as God created you to be. So that's really where it all is. And that's really what we always return to when, we're going through our upsets and struggles, is always just returning to the core love within our union, the core love within ourselves, and finding peace with that. And then it's just, it's so much easier, to express ourselves as God created us to be. So thank you. Anybody else have anything coming through, anything they want to talk about?
Yeah, I'd like to say something in regards to what you guys were just talking about of always being, no matter what it looked like on the outside, you were always truly yourself on the inside. And the reason why I love, well, there's many reasons, but one of the reasons why I love this community so much is it teaches you about harmony and how important harmony is in your life, and how to use your eyes, your true like spiritual sight, but your physical eyes too, in a way to recognize when there isn't harmony in your life and recognize that there's something out of alignment there. And so for me, I am a divine feminine, and I've always been a divine feminine. I've always been a woman. But when I was raised and I was growing up, I tried to be masculine. I tried really deeply to kind of emulate that masculine energy. And what happened is I went deeper and deeper, and I was actually pretty good at it, but my life was not in harmony at all. And so as I went deeper into trying to be something that I'm not, my life started to become harder and harder, and like walking through molasses. Like it was like so obvious that it was taking from me, and it was taking from my health. It was taking from my relationships. It was taking from everything. And I began to be really, really tired all the time. And I think for the biggest part for me is it was really reflecting in my physical health, trying to be something that I'm not. And so essentially I was, for me, I really wasn't accepting that I am a divine feminine. And so I was trying to almost abandon myself. And so I've been doing a lot of healing around that. And it just feels so nice to finally fully claim that as a feeling on the inside of me and let that be okay. Like, let me feel safe to be feminine and give myself the support there, and to attract relationships that support me in being feminine, because a lot of the relationships I had around me only supported when I was in a masculine energy. So it was not ever harmonious, and it was very much conditional. And so that's why I recognize like, ooh, there's something off here. I need to look. I need to go deeper here. And you know, without this work and without this community, I would have never thought to. I would have continued to accept the conditional love, and in a lot of ways the abuse that those relationships were giving me, because I thought that's what a relationship was. I thought that's who I was, and that's what I was supposed to accept. And you know, that's just not what we teach here, and it's not the truth. So if you are truly being yourself, it should feel good. It should give to you. And so, like, really accepting that in myself, not only did I notice that my own femininity began to blossom, like my hair stopped falling out, my skin got better, I lost weight, I started having more energy. My hormones came back on time, like regularly. So it was like a huge part of my physical healing journey into my body transitioning into like, I mean, I've always been a woman, but yet my body wasn't really always a woman, you know, trying to be a woman. It's kind of like what Ray said, is it's like your outsides will reflect your insides. And so for me, fully claiming my femininity helped me, and I'm continuing this process of really accepting my body in this place. But although I don't identify as transgender in any way, I've had the same journey as my twin flame Kieran, who is transgender. It just looked different. And this is the basis of what, you know, twin flames are, is we do make the same core choices. And this is like really showing, first of all, the truth of harmony, right? And demonstrating twin flames, a concept of twin flames, and how, you know, transgender is real, like really claiming yourself, like this journey is real. And you could even see like on the Twin Flames universe, and I believe it's the Twin Flames universe social media, there's the Be Like Stephanie meme where I told my story, just a little piece of it, but you could see my past before I started this work. And as I began to claim myself, even before I knew who my twin flame was, it's undeniable the truth here. It's undeniable the results, right? And everything in my reality is becoming more and more in alignment with harmony, which is what I've always wanted. So my body can relax, my hormones can relax, my anxiety goes away, right? I can finally meet my life and be in my life from this place of peace. And that's the greatest gift that anyone could have given me. So I'm like super, super grateful for this work, for Jeff and Shaleia, and for, you know, my twin flame, and never giving up on myself. It was all worth it. Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing, Stephanie. I love what you said about like finally being able to relax. I can definitely feel that in my union as Gabe, you know, relaxed into his masculinity. Like it was a lot easier for me to relax into my femininity just naturally. And that was like such a huge gift that you gave our union and helped us come into harmonious union too, is claiming your masculinity.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, and something that was coming up for me there was just like of how, you know, once you've like stepped into this, like going the direction of like claiming your divine self, and it's like how awful it feels to like try to go back. How like when like, because a lot of comments that I've seen is like, oh well, you're just like somebody's forced you into this, or somebody's like, you know, convinced you that you're a divine masculine or something like that. And it's like every time I'm like, oh, could I just like go back to being Gretchen? And I feel that, and it's so bad. It's like, no, I can't go backwards on this journey. Like I feel so good like claiming who I actually am. Just because I wasn't aware of it before doesn't mean that like once I've claimed it, like, oh, it's just easy to go back. It's not. It's like saying like, oh, now I want to be like hit over the head again. Like I don't want that, you know, like you don't want to be like, you don't want to go backwards and like into that like misery that you were holding on to.
Yeah, I also wanted to point out too, like, because you're right, like a lot of people have mentioned like your guru is making you be a divine masculine or making you be a divine feminine, whatever. And I just want everyone to understand the term of guru. Guru is someone who shines a light, right? Shines a light in the darkest places that you're not willing to look, to help you go deeper, to expand the light within you, to expand the love within you. So my guru, everyone here's guru, did tell a couple of us, hey, explore this, look at this, shine the light in that place that we were not willing to look at. we kept having issues. We had been their students for a while, and we were really confused why we were not moving forward on our journey. And there was this one pit of darkness that we would not look at, that they helped shine a light on, because that's their responsibility. They are our guru. And so therefore, through that shining of the light, we were then able to really expand that light and see more of ourselves and love ourselves deeper, and just feel deeper into this. So I just want to, there's a difference here. And the funny thing is the people that are actually saying your gurus are making you do these things, they're the ones that are actually commenting saying you need to be divine feminine or divine masculine. They're the ones that are actually controlling, right? Yep. And so they're actually projecting onto our beloved gurus who have actually helped us and supported us so much on our journey. You know, yep. I don't know if I would have known or felt this or come to this completely on my own if I didn't have this community. I hated myself that much. Amen. And so, yeah, it was extremely loving what our gurus did. And so, just wanted to really make that statement and make that extremely clear to everybody in this community that, like, if someone ever says something to you, is shining light in a really dark place, just love them through it, and recognize that, like, you know, there's something there to be explored, because your guru is only helping you go deeper into love and expanding the light within you.
Amen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well said. Yeah. Really well said. And something else I want to say too is, like, it was never, you have to look at this. That was never the tone. That was never the attitude. It was always, we want to invite you to explore this. We want to invite you to look at this. We think there may be a lesson for you here that could be really helpful for you. And that was the only, you know, directive that we ever received, was like an invitation to explore.
Right. And like before that, like you said, Ray, it was like we were all like wondering like why we weren't moving forward. Like internally, I felt like I was screaming, like I was doing the work every day, and I was like, what is happening? Why is this not, like, why do I feel like I just keep hitting a wall?
Something is wrong.
A wall. And it was just because I wasn't like seeing myself clearly. Like I wasn't like relating to God from like who I truly was. I was trying to relate to God from like who this like facade that I had built up about myself. And like once that like light was shown like clearly, it was like, oh, I can relax now. I can actually move forward.
Right. Well, it was your choice of separation, right? Like a lot of us, who, especially us who are transgender, like it was our complete choice of separation to like say, I don't want to be myself. I can't be myself. I don't want to be divine. I want to hide. I don't want to be seen. I don't think I'm powerful, right? There's all these choices that are made in which cause a lot of the LGBT community to be where they are. And so to shine a light in those places helps us better, like make a new choice, and see those choices that were made from a place of love rather than a place of separation, that we had made that choice coming into this life.
Yeah.
Amen. Really well said. I feel like I want to talk to someone else here. I feel like there's an energy moving through someone else. I feel like it might be Ajin.
That's what I was saying.
Really?
All right, well, Mark.
Mark, did you want to speak first? You can speak first, Mark.
Well, I actually wanted to say that I think from everyone here, I'm the newest, you know, transgender revelation. And, you know, it's been about a month, and I can relate to everything that has been said about this feeling of hitting a wall. I honestly was working so hard at trying to uncover my true self. And I always believed and felt there was something that I am hiding from myself. I just knew there was something else. And like, it felt like it was something big. And I just prayed and I said to God, just like, crack me open. Like, crack me open and reveal what's inside, because I know there's something else. And I didn't know what it was. And I remember just like, I mean, a week or two before I got contacted by Karina to extend Jeff's invitation to explore, I was just in a really bad place. I was constantly nauseated, and I was so sick. I was having chronic migraines. I could barely function. I could barely eat because I was so nauseated. And I was so desperate. I was on my knees on the floor, sobbing, begging for intervention, begging for guidance. I'm explicitly asking God, please, please move through my gurus, move through, my support team, my light team, and just help me, because I'm not getting through this on my own. And I know that it's not appropriate for me to try to do this on my own. So, everyone's journey is going to be different, but I'm very glad that it happened the way that it did, because I knew there was something else. And once I got that information, I had that same, I had immediate gut reaction of like, no, I'm not divine masculine, but it only took a few minutes before I could like work through that, and I just found the peace underneath it. I expected to have more objections. I expected myself to fight more, but you can't really fight the truth.
Amen.
So yeah, I just wanted to say that, this, like Stephanie said as well, this has been unfolding for a long time. This isn't something new, and it's reflected in your twin flame as well. I know that Karina also went through that experience of having tried to be more masculine, maybe without realizing it, and we've been trying to kind of just relax into our divine selves and reset that balance. And she naturally started becoming more feminine as I started moving more towards this energy months ago already, So yeah, you might not see it until someone goes into that place to say to you, hey, can you look at that? And you might want to punch them in the face and tell them to leave you alone. But there's always something to learn by looking at these things that trigger you so much. If you move away from something that's upsetting you, you haven't healed. You need to heal first, and then you move away from something that isn't a healthy situation. But you need to heal first, and you need to humble yourself. And the arrogance of thinking that you can hold the full truth in yourself, that is what leads you to not be willing to humble yourself and go there. God moves through everyone in your life, whether you want to see it or not. So yeah, that's my bit that I wanted to share.
Wow,
that was beautiful.
That was so powerful. I want to
Thank
clap
you.
for you. That was incredible. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks, guys.
Oh gosh, that was really beautiful. Thank you. That really touched me. It's so beautiful to like see someone who you've just recently come out. You're one of the more recent like revelations, and I felt like you just glided into your masculinity so easily, like you just so gracefully and effortlessly. And I know obviously there was deep inner work to do and a lot of deep healing, and I'm sure a lot of crying. But I commend you, Mark, because you're a shining beacon, and we're so proud of you.
Thank you so much. And it's by no means been effortless. I'm glad it looks like that, but I just want to, like you said, of course there's been a lot of crying. Of course there's been a lot of upsets, and we'll still move through it. Like with any work that we all do in this community, there's a process, and it's not just a quick, instant switch. You have to be patient with yourself for where you are. There's no end destination you need to get to before you can be good enough. So yeah, thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you.
If I can just
I think we might have a little bit of frozen.
just add something quick. Okay, you hear me? Yeah. We maybe have the belief that it's hard to be ourselves, but actually it's very hard to not be ourselves and to be someone else. Because as Ray say, or people say, like you really relax when you're yourself. When you're a divine masculine, a male body, when you know that, you're really relaxed. You're like, oh, I can be myself, and you relax there, because it's very hard to be someone else. I tried many years to be divine feminine because I grew like that. I thought it was the way, but no, I just come back to how I was when I was a child. When I look at the picture when I was a child, there is no doubt, that I was a divine masculine. I was really beautiful. But at this period, I thought I was beautiful because I was a girl. But I was beautiful because I was using my energy and I was myself. And after I started to go and to try to be a divine feminine, and I started to be ugly. You look all the pictures, it was ugly. It was horrible. So it's really, really hard. All these years was so hard trying to play roles to be someone else. It was horrible. It's so easy to be just person to just to, yeah, it's really so more easy. Yeah, we are not ugly. That's true.
Sage says, "You not ugly."
Yeah, I know. But it's a feeling. I think it's a feeling because I'm really sensitive to energy. So when I look at the picture, I'm like, oh, I was so ugly because I was trying to put like the divine feminine energy, oh, as a mask, and it's so horrible. It's so hard. It's really exhausting. So it's really about, yeah, it's really more relaxed and easy when you are yourself. Yeah.
Amen. Oh, that's so beautifully said. Thank you for sharing that. Anybody else have any thoughts, feelings here, any feedback or anything come up during what, Mark shared or what Kieran shared?
Yeah, sure. I have some something to say. Yeah, like what Mark was talking about being humble. It's incredibly important on this journey to always remain humble and allow God to show you. You know, we come into this sometimes feeling like we have like all these expectations we put on ourselves, and sometimes we project those expectations to other people around us. But it's important to remember that everybody's journey is unique to them. Their process is their process. So it's very important to, to be humble and be compassionate as people move through their process and what they're ready for and how they choose to express their divine masculine or divine feminine. You know what I mean? Like some people, yeah, had like a swifter, would seem like a swifter process, than other people, but everybody's working through their own stuff. And, I was very happy when it was revealed to me that I was a divine masculine because, um, like, uh, um, because I had been exploring being divine feminine for 3 years, and although I mastered it on the external, it never felt like a fit. Like it was never felt like it was completely authentic to me. I really felt like I had to really work at it every day. Um, and I think it was Ray that said, like, because I've always been a divine masculine, that was what was natural to me. I wasn't a girl that suddenly became a guy. I was always, a man, always a man, like on the inside. And when I look back on everything in my life, everything just like click, 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 like everything makes so much sense. And and I can bring peace to those places that, I felt like, was I wrong or defective or what was the matter with, all these things, there's a lot of the self-judgment that we're, letting go of. And it's how freeing it is just to like, just be yourself, because yeah, it is an inner journey that will, the inner always reflects on the external. There was a lot of things, um, that it's a process, like I was saying before, um, it's nothing you do on the external is going to make you more manly, but just following what feels good. Like, if it feels good to cut your hair, cut your hair. If it feels good to do this, do this. Maybe today it doesn't, maybe next week it does, because you work through that process and going deeper into self-acceptance. So yeah, it's very important, like, yeah, to work through the process, like what feels good, to you, how you best wish to express. And, you know, and I went through like a lot of like, it wasn't the whole masculine thing. It was just like, oh my God, everything is changing in my life. And it was just like a fear of like being seen, right? Fear of going deeper into myself. And, you know, as I moved through that, I realized that, wow, this is actually like, this is so much fun, you know, because once I'm authentic, you know, because yeah, like a few people have said here before, like that it's like, wow, how come I wasn't moving forward before, you know? But once you start going deeper into that and you start, it's like, wow, everything starts being revealed to you, like who you truly are and what really feels good, and the flow just gets so much easier. So yeah, harmony. So it's this is just a really great thing. I haven't you know, had any experiences like, not that I care, you know, of people like coming at me like and saying like, I've had one person say that I wasn't a man, and that I was anyway, that I was being manipulated. But I mean, it didn't even phase me at all, because I know who I am, and nobody outside of me can tell me who I am, because, you know, like yeah, light was shone in that place, and I'm so grateful for that, because yeah, it helped open up and to fully accepting who I am. And but yeah, you really do, once you know, like you know, you knew all along, basically. So anyways, but yeah, so that's, I just want to share that. Thank you.
Amen. Bravo. Thank you so much for sharing that, Ajahn. I love what you talked about when you said, like, um, you can feel how much easier it is, and how like that when that revelation came to you that you were actually a man, you were like, oh, thank God. Like the relief that you felt.
I remember like your reaction when you found out. You were like, I feel great.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
I'm like, oh, Ajah's doing really well.
Yeah. You were just like right on it, like immediately. You're just like, I'm free. And like, yeah, that's how I felt too. Like, you know, I had a process to work through, but it was literally like letting myself out of this like cage that I like kept myself in for so long. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that like something that I feel like is coming up. Oh, Mark says, we have a question from Sydney, by the way. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Sydney says, I am a divine feminine. I have always been a tomboy. I can't seem to get the sense of how to step into the feminine. Your thoughts about what it means, please. Yeah, so for me here, for me, I know with my femininity, it's really something that I've been able to just relax into, instead of looking on the outside or thinking like, okay, this is like a feminine thing to do, or this is like a feminine quality or feminine hobby or feminine activity. I'm going to go do these things and try to feel feminine in these ways. That really, that can like help sometimes to kind of stimulate the femininity on the inside. But ultimately, I feel most feminine, Sydney, when I'm really connected to God and connected to myself on the inside. So you can't really like look on the outside and use like the outside external things to like judge or determine what femininity is or masculinity is. And something that I was just about to talk about is like, I feel like there's an upset with divine masculines expressing themselves, because divine masculines feel like they can't be beautiful. Like you have to be a woman if you want to be beautiful, or you have to be feminine if you want to be beautiful. And that's just complete crap. Like how Kieran was saying, when he was younger and he was expressing himself as a boy, he was so naturally gorgeous, so naturally beautiful. And all I see in front of me are the most gorgeous divine masculines and divine feminines I've ever seen, because you're all just expressing your beauty in a way that feels really honest and truthful and good for you. So yeah, I think that's really my piece I wanted to share there.
If I can add something also, because I think there is two parts of this question. Because also when you're divine feminine and you hold on the masculine energy, it's somewhere to protect yourself sometimes, can be that too. So you will feel that you can't, be safe if you are only in your divine feminine energy, which is a lie. There's something that we can heal. And it's the same with the divine masculine. I was holding on the divine feminine energy because I didn't want it to go in the world, to be seen, to give, and and do that. I just, I think I was exploring receiving, and I was exploring just like, I don't know, be radiate or something like that. Because for me, I had a lot of upset about divine masculine energy because I saw that I will have too much power, that I don't know, I would destroy the world or something like that. So I was like, oh, it's more safe to be in the divine feminine energy. There is no risk here that I hurt people, but that's a lie, because when you do with God, you can't hurt anyway people. You can't do something bad or wrong because you're doing that with God. So you're always safe. So it's safe to release opposite energy and just stay with ourselves and be ourselves.
Amen. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, agreed.
I just wanted to add, when it was revealed to me that I'm a divine masculine, my resistance came from thinking what it means to be a divine masculine, what it means to be a man. I could not wrap my head around, oh, what is that? How do I feel like a man? But when I let go of that thinking and I just focused, like you said, all of you guys said, about like connecting with God on the inside and just relaxing into being myself, and just accepted that my energy is masculine, it just everything just flowed. So releasing that concept of what it means to be, what it feels like to be a man or a woman, divine masculine or divine feminine, releasing everything you think you know, and releasing labels and just letting yourself be yourself. That is the answer. And in truth, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter whether you are divine masculine or divine feminine. It doesn't matter what the label is. It's just about being your true self and letting go of any upsets and anxiety, and just using each opportunity to find those places that that hurt. So if Sydney, in Sydney's case, if you're struggling to make it work, that's already something to just feel into. It's something to heal. We're always growing and unfolding into who we truly are. And when we are invited to explore our divine masculine or divine feminine energies, sometimes, like in the case of Arjun, you're asked to explore something that you're not, so that you can heal the things that you're holding on to. And so it's always safe, because in going all in and going through it, the truth is revealed. You can always trust what is shown to you, in that way. God will always lead you deeper. So yeah, it's safe, and it's safe to notice that contrast and to just take it one step at a time.
Amen.
I wanted to say something too, everyone have a unique lesson, about coming out as a man, as a woman, about really being yourself. And so I know that for me, there was I needed to fully surrender to the idea that maybe I would be the divine feminine. But at the same time, I needed to follow my heart. I was just okay, people say I'm divine feminine, and I was just but I'm feeling this desire in my heart to be fully be myself as a man, and do those things that I like to do, express myself in this way. And I was just okay, maybe I am this way, but I'm going to start to come out as a man. I just don't care. And it's really like everyone says, it's really hard when you're still holding to this idea that you're supposed to be, and I remember that I guess was Ajahn that revealed to me that I was the divine masculine, and at the same time when he did that, when he said that, I was just you know you naturally relax into it, it's just so easy. and it's so good. You don't need to force yourself, you know. I guess it's really about not making hard on yourself in this journey, you know, when you start to realize the easy things, you know. And something that I always say to everyone, you know, I am the divine masculine and I love Taylor Swift, you know. I just love her songs. I don't care. You know, she's really good. So, you know, it's really just being yourself, you know. You don't need to pretend, you know, like to be like this macho idea, you know, about what a man is supposed to be or a woman is supposed to be. You just be yourself, you know. I'm most of the time very sweet, you know, and it's just who I am. Yeah.
I absolutely love what you're saying, Charlie. And like, you know, it's funny you say you love Taylor Swift and stuff like that. Like that's actually, it's funny because like we had comments coming onto like us, like sent to us that were saying that like I was extremely feminine because I was emotional and I like makeup and colors and like look at I'm wearing bright tops and clothing. I like styling my hair and things like that, wearing, you know, gauges and earrings and stuff. But like who said, like who made the rule that that is a feminine thing? Same thing with sports. Carmel is the most divine feminine I know, and she is a killer at sports. It does not matter. Like there's this wave that we are healing within consciousness, that we are separate, that the feminine and the masculine are separate. The only thing that's quote unquote separate is how we express ourselves in our union to actually unite as one, similar to the, I forget what that symbol is, but you know, all in totality, everything that is of this earth that we've created is something we all get to share in. And so I just want to like encourage everyone to remember that like no matter what your likes and interests are, that's not what makes you feminine or masculine. And so you can release attachment to those things and just remember that like it's really just about being who you are and feeling into the feeling of, okay, as divine masculine, how does that feel? As divine feminine, how does that feel? And as you're feeling into that, releasing the attachments of what you believe a feminine or a masculine is, like what Mark and Charlie said, and that's going to help you go closer to understanding who you truly are. You know, and Jeff and Shaleia have created the most mind-blowing e-course. It's called the Sexual Manifestation e-course, and you get it after you have paid and your complete payment of TFAS and LPC. I'm pretty sure all of us here have it. It's mind-boggling, like how good it is. I remember my whole journey. I had it, and I would like not go to it, and I know why now because it triggered me. But it's fantastic, and I was actually like really blessed. Like a couple months ago, Sage and Isaiah gave me a call, and I was like, I understand why I'm not harmonious union. I'm not claiming my masculinity, and they pulled the e-course out, and they put there's a decree in there. And I highly encourage anyone who has e-course to go in and find that decree, and we'll get it and put it in the open forum or something. And I said that decree, and I remember it was like the most powerful thing for myself and for my union to fully claim who I was. It felt so good. It felt so peaceful. Yeah, like really consider watching that e-course. And if you don't have it or you don't have TFAS, get the lifetime subscription. You'll get it. It's so good. It'll really help you get clear on who you are. It helps you to do that process, right? And find a coach. We have some amazing Ascension coaches that they know, like they're the ones that helped us, right? And so they know how to help other people move through this. And it's safe for you to explore. It's safe for you to learn and to go to those places and to feel that come to that place of peace. So if you're feeling you have a wall that you keep hitting in your journey, find a coach, watch the e-course, and see if that helps.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, in addition to you were bringing up how like certain things that you like, people would be like, oh, well, you like this, so
Your girl.
you're feminine. Yeah. But I think in general, we're healing just a lot of stereotypical things, you know, even when it like comes to race and
Oh yeah, that's true.
yeah. Because it's like we're all just God's children.
Amen.
You know, it doesn't matter what color you are or
What gender you
are.
Nothing.
Yeah.
We're all one. We're all one. That's why I love the rainbow. That's why I love the idea that like the symbolism of a rainbow, because it's every color expressed, every light that's shined expressed in a different color, and they all look different. You look at a crayon box, they all look different, but guess what? They're all the same. They're all one. They come from the same rainbow, right? And so we are all one with God, and so to try and judge your brother, judge your sister, is just a judgment on yourself, because you are one with them.
Amen.
Cool. I want to hear from Sage and Isaiah, by the way.
Can I just like interject? Can
Yeah.
I just interject for a second? Just that something that Ray brought up, that about the stereotypical roles of a divine masculine and a divine feminine. And that's not just like related to like same-sex couples. We have a harmonious union couple in our community, Jason and Chrissy, who like basically blow this out of the water. If we're looking at stereotypical male female roles, we've often thought of like females being the cook, and Chrissy is a high ranking leadership position in the military, and Jason's a chef, and we often thought like, but I challenge anyone to go up to Jason and say that's women's work. I don't think he'll have anything to do with that. But yeah, so we're healing that whole thing on so many different levels. I just wanted to point that out. Yeah.
Yeah, so the reason why I want to hear from Isaiah and Sage is because out there in the world, like we keep talking about same-sex union, but there is also this thing called switch-sex union, which is basically what Isaiah and Sage have experienced. And I really want to hear more from you guys about this, because I think that, you guys have led the way, not only for switch-sex unions, but also for same-sex unions. And like, I know you've helped me and inspired me in so many cases. I want to hear from you guys.
Thanks, Ray. Thanks, Anastasia. I mean, it's an
Thank
honor
you.
to help you, and it just feels so good to extend ourselves and how we have felt to you, and what it has meant for us to really surrender into who we are, and extend that and share that. Like, I'll do that every fucking day. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a personal note, Ray helped me a lot back when I was earlier into my transition into claiming my femininity. So thank you. I mean, I say that to you a lot, but I just like to keep that on repeat because it was so beautiful. Like, you helped me go out and buy my first bra and everything, and Ajan is the one who triggered me into becoming into becoming the woman I am today. Like, he asked me to come and do like some interview with him about transgender twin flames in the community, and I was triggered by that word choice. I knew I was a divine feminine, and people had reinforced this for me, but I also kind of knew. But Ajan asked me about that, and that's when everything changed, and I could finally heal everything that this brought up, and feel safe. But yeah. So what do we talk about? Switch sex unions?
Being a transgender union.
Being a transgender union. I think it's awesome, and it's I don't know, it's fun. Because, well, our journey's perfect for us, but I don't know, it's a privilege to me to be able to do that, and to be able to see that, to show the world that trans people deserve happiness, and that we can be happy, you know, and that your body isn't what defines you, it's what's in your heart that defines you, you know. And we love helping people with, you know, finding their true selves, and it's been really fun. Like, I remember Isaiah when he was talking with you, Ray, about like this whole this thing of claiming your masculinity and stuff, and your harmonious union too. And he was so excited, and it brought so much joy to us to be able to help you into that. So, you know, it was awesome. And I just want to say too that I relate to everybody here. Like, everyone here is telling the same story.
Totally.
Like, we're not separate or different because of like how our union looks. We're all going through the same thing. And Twin Flames Universe has really helped me with that, because, you know, I mean, the most loving and accepting people have been in the Twin Flames Universe community, and most of them, well, we're not sure about this, but most of them, I'm just going to say, have been cisgender, though there could be many more surprise reveals. But I'm just saying that, like, because of that, because of the love and unconditional love, and that people understand that who you are comes from inside of you and not from outside of you, that's why it feels so safe, loving, and accepting. That's why. And because we stand for love and loving yourself, that's why it's so nurturing and loving, you know. And the trans community has a good friend in the Church of Union, in Twin Flames Universe, a very good friend. And obviously we are the trans community and Church of Union, but we're that bridge. And it's nice to be that. It's an honor to be that. I don't know. So yeah, but I love all of you guys. You guys are all awesome, you know, rock stars in this whole thing of claiming your true self, and just not giving a fuck about societal prejudices. I mean, who has time for that? So that's everything that has wanted to come through me at this moment. I was kind of just like, what do I say? But Rachel, okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say, yeah, I've never, ever felt so accepted or seen as I do in Twin Flames Universe, in this community, with you guys, with the people who I have cultivated relationships in this community. Yeah. And it's incredible. It's incredible. It is so, yeah, it's just so accepting, and it feels so good and so peaceful. And that allows me, it allows all of us to cultivate that peace within ourselves. And that's what we're really all pointing to today, is like, is that peace in yourself. You know, and it's also about knowing and trusting your heart. Like, you know, peace, you know what love feels like, you know yourself, you know what peace feels like. And you know, when you feel that, it's undeniable, and that's who you are. Yeah. And it's just going deeper in that. Exactly. And accepting that. And yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's something else in my heart to say. I just wanted to say that you know, it's nobody's business to say, like, you know, to dispute who you are, to dispute who your lover should be, because it's God's business, and it's in your heart. And none of us could be propping up this illusion for this long. If this was wrong, or if we were,
my God, if we were so fucking bad.
If we were matched together for like PR purposes or optics, like Jeff and Shaleia come to us and say, hey, we need more diversity. So you're being a man now, and if you don't like it, get out. You know, like, you can't be that happy as we are and at peace if that was what you're trying to do. So, but as we, you know, this is you know, it's about seeing with your heart. So, and your heart will definitely tell you that this is of God, you know, and this is peaceful. So, and it's great. It doesn't matter who you are, you know. Isaiah, my twin flame, is perfect for me, and I am perfect for him. Yeah. We're both each other's, you know, dream partner. And it's a process of really embracing that and realizing that goes on and on, but that doesn't, you know, you have to move through that and be willing to see the truth, and the rewards are rich and really great. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Amen.
Beautiful. Well said. I love that you went there, Sage. You're awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, you helped me a lot too. I just wanted to say, you know.
Of course. Yeah, this is absolutely like the greatest community that I've ever been a part of. The self-acceptance here and like the peace that I've felt being here in this community. Like it's just totally unconditionally loving here. And, you know, that's really what we want to share with the world in, you know, sharing our harmonious unions and sharing our stories with the world. So
yeah, what other place could you feel like so safe to just like completely explore one way or the other and like be completely okay with it? Like everyone is just accepting for you, like who you are.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
All right, we got a few more minutes left. Does anybody have any final thoughts? Want to wrap up?
Yeah, I just wanted to say in general that like whether you choose to transition or not, like I just like want to make this like super clear too, is like completely up to you. And Twin Flames Universe never pushes anybody to transition. So I just like want to make that really clear and just say that like for me, and I'm speaking on my behalf, and I'll just say that it probably is like this for other people who are in the process of transitioning as well. I don't want to wait to be on the outside what I feel on the inside. I don't want to wait. So instead of waiting to get a new meat suit in my next life as a man, I'm choosing to be a man now. And what that looks like for me now, right? So I just wanted to like reiterate, like that's why you're gonna see sometimes people in this community who are choosing to be transgender, and it might seem like a quick thing, but again, once you've come to realize who you are on the inside, you've healed that stuff on the inside, you want to express it on the outside. It naturally feels good to you. But again, like for those people who want to wait, it doesn't matter, because all along they're going to be a divine masculine, they're going to be a divine feminine, and there's no changing that, right? And so we love everybody equally as you are, wherever you are on your journey, as Ajahn said before, and we're just here to support you, to help you go deeper into loving yourself and accepting yourself.
Yeah, and I just wanted to also say that, you know, the core teaching of this work that Jeff and Shaleia teach, the key is harmonious union. And of course that extends into your twin flame union, but it means harmonious union with yourself. And that's why it's so powerful and why we need a community to surround us for our support system. It's why traditionally the LGBTQ plus is a community. It's not just a person waving a flag, it's a whole community. And we have pride parades around the entire world. And it's because we are stronger together. Also, a community helps to mirror to you and really point out and show you and love you in the places where you're not experiencing harmony. You wouldn't know that if you didn't have someone to help guide you to that place, because you may be numb or traumatized in that area. And so that's why it's so important to have a community, why we have a community here. We have a transgender community, and we extend that into TFU, and we extend that even to the COU. It's just one continuous community, right? And that's what we hope to kind of like through this live to express to everyone, is that, you know, we are all just one. Although that we are a community and we are all experiencing and, you know, healing this within ourselves, we are all just one with everyone else, you know, with cisgender, our brothers and sisters there too, like myself. And yeah, and so like, you know, I think from hearing what everyone had to say, the main thing that we kept coming back to is we are all here to help each other. We all helped each other. And for me specifically, I think actually it was Ray who helped me really go, ooh, that feels good in my femininity. I remember when Ray and I we weren't quite living together, but we were like living close, and we were hanging out. And, you know, Ray was like one of my first like real like deep best friends in this community that I got the honor and gift, pure pleasure to, you know, have that relationship in the physical. And I remember when, you know, we would just naturally fall, because we felt safe with each other, we would actually just naturally fall into our true selves. And I would be more of like receiving in that relationship, and he'd be more giving. We both like, I remember there was times when I was like, you know, you don't have to, you know, it's okay. You don't have to keep like helping me here, like loving me here. And he was like, no, I love it. It feels so good. And it was like through the safety of our relationship and through this community that we actually got the feeling of, oh, that's what feels peaceful to me. And like the clarity and recognition of, oh, that's what I want more of. That's what feels juicy. And that's, you know, that feels like mine. And so before that, I hadn't really experienced almost any real safe relationships to really explore that in, that it felt safe to me. And so I just want to say thank you to Ray. Thank you to the whole community for, we all did this together. I remember, I think Sage was one of the very first community members that I ever met back in Arizona, like a year ago. And we went to the park and we played together. It was just so much fun. We did a live video in the forum. And God was just always guiding me here, always leading me here. And it was very evident over the years why I had so many LGBT like friends and people in my reality. It's because God was always just saying, look here, Steph. Look here, in a really kind and compassionate way. And, you know, in the community, in our Twin Flames Universe community, that healing gets ramped up. So you can have the option of going fast, like Ray was talking about. Like, why wouldn't you when you get the truth? Why wouldn't you when someone shines the light on something? So like, if you want to to really claim your truth and really claim your life of harmony in a compassionate, fun, easy, supported, and, you know, streamlined way, join our community, do the work, be here with us, because we're doing it. And you have, you know, the way showers here that have already, you know, gone through it, that you can really rely on and support on. You know, get a coach. You know, I think every single one of us here are coaches. Get a coach. And, you know, you're supported, you're not alone. And your story isn't as like different than you think it is. I bet you that there's someone in the community that's going through something very similar, or maybe has some insights into your journey, and you don't have to do it alone. You're not meant to. This is a community for a reason. God created a whole 7.34 billion now, I don't know, people, because we're one big family, and you're allowed to claim that. You're allowed to claim your safe relationships and claim yourself. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Stephanie. That's a perfect note to end on. So thank you all so much for joining us today. We will definitely be doing this again. Definitely going to do like a weekly discussion like this and hold space for everyone. And I'm sure you'll see a meme announcement go out about it, so you can keep up with that in the Twin Flames Universe Open Forum. And if you're watching this on the Church of Union YouTube channel, make sure you like and subscribe for notifications. And thank you all so much for being here today and sharing your story. Thank you, Ray and Anastasia, Ajin, Mark, Dennis, Charlie, Sage and Isaiah, and Stephanie, and Kieran as well. Thank you all so much for sharing your story and being here. So we'll see you all next time, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Great. Bye, everyone. Thank you, guys.